This is a picture of Lester and I, one on the day that we were married, May 2nd, 1981. We just became really good friends. We would go for long walks and we would just talk all the time. And it was amazing. He was just a really good friend and a lovely person to be around and with.
Funny thing about the Mormon Church as well is that you're encouraged to get married as soon as you're home from your mission. And so the pressure is heavy. It's very elevating to a man's ego to be a returned missionary because the young single women chase you incessantly. And Barbara was the only one that was not chasing me. And I thought, what is about this one that she's not chasing me? And so she became a mystery to me. And so I asked her out on a date to find out a little bit more about her. We became really, really good friends right away.
I was happy to be there. I was happy to be marrying my best friend.
You're chewing ice.
I know.
The church has this teaching, I guess, that, well, if you've got same-sex attraction, it's in the published material, that you just need to find a woman that you really love and have enough faith and you can pray the gay away. And so I asked Barbara to marry me and there were no fireworks, nothing changed.
He called me up that evening and he said, "Barb, we need to talk." He said, "I don't know whether I can do this."
That night I panicked. I phoned her the next night. By the time we talked after work the next day, I realized that I could not imagine loving any woman more than her. And so it must be right for me to marry her. So I decided to go ahead with the marriage.
If I had known that Lester was gay before we married, I would not have married him. Regardless of what anyone had said to me or whether our church had said, I would never have felt right about doing so because of the fact that him being gay means that he likes men more than women and always will. So there is no point in saying to somebody, if you marry a woman, you will begin to like women. It doesn't work that way. I have never seen it work that way.
When I was a child, no, I couldn't say I was gay. It would have been it would have destroyed me.
There was something that he was hiding from me, a part of himself that he had a wall up. And that wall was so thick, it was like the Berlin Wall, let me tell you, because he wouldn't let anyone beyond it.
You're told from the time that you're a 3-year-old that if you are tempted by something, then you are just supposed to never expose yourself to circumstances where you are feeling tempted. And so I never formed an emotional bond to any man. But it's not like I could just turn a switch off that says, oh, okay, this switch controls my emotional attachment to men. The switch is an emotional attachment to people. And so when you flick that switch off, you are all of a sudden not able to form an emotional attachment to anybody.
So when he finally came out and said that he was gay, part of me was a little bit, I think stunned was the word I used, and that I felt a little bit stunned, but I also felt relief, huge relief.
I realized I was living a lie by the time I was 44. I'd been married 23 years then, and even after that, I was using the euphemism of same-gender attraction. I thought it was something that I could get over. I was buying into the program of my church, which said you can pray the gay away.
You have the keys, right?
My wife isn't hurt by the fact that I'm gay. She's hurt by the fact that we were misled in the first place. She's hurt by the fact that now that we are happy together as a separated couple, people still don't accept her because she doesn't hate me.
The church has done an excellent job of tearing every family apart that I know of, because they are telling me that I need to leave behind my husband and he cannot see the children anymore, etc. And I just went, no. Satan doesn't even need to be there at all. He's been there all. He has all the help in the whole entire world because the whole church is rooting for him
Doing
because
his work- doing his work for
they're
him.
doing his work for him.
It was bizarre. You know, before I
It
had
was,
ever done anything, before I'd ever had any sexual contact with a man, I just came out and I told Barbara I'm struggling with this. And she decided to stay with me and support me as I made this journey out. And the first time that she told a friend,
Because I wanted support, and
her
so
most trusted friend, the first thing out of her mouth was, "Well, you're going to leave him, aren't you?"
How soon are you going to divorce him? And I just kind of went, what? What do you mean divorce him? Like that hadn't even entered my brain, and people were already telling me what I should be doing.
You know, it's really hard for me to say, wow, you know, I'm blaming the church for a lot of problems in my life. I'm not blaming the church. I'm assigning responsibility where the responsibility belongs. The responsibility for the pain right now that Barbara is experiencing, primarily Barbara. I mean, I'm gay. I'm finally true to myself. The pain is Barbara's, and Barbara's experiencing that pain because I listened to an incorrect message.
I don't kiss him every day. I don't hug him every day. And that's really sad for me. And that's hard. But I wouldn't change what we've decided to not be together anymore for anything because we both need to be happy. He needs to find his way being the whole person that he is. And I need to be the whole person that I am.
I have no trouble at all finding gay, married Mormon men on the internet. The internet forums are full of them. They are all over the place. I have 5 personal friends that I know that are still closeted, and they are just the tip of the iceberg. And I believe that all of the divorces that are now coming 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years down the road because of that advice is forcing the Mormon Church to say, oops, we made a mistake. We've got to change our programming. I think it's only been about the last 8 months where they have come out and said that they will not recommend that a man who struggles with same-sex attraction should marry. That's a monumental step for the church because up until then, they were still advocating that marriage will fix homosexuality because you just need to find a woman to fall in love with. And once you do that, then you'll be happy.
God put us on this earth to be all that we could be as we are. We are who we are, and we're not supposed to be anyone else. I am good enough as I am. My husband is good enough as he is, as he was born. He was born a gay man. That's who he is. That's who he needs to be. And nobody should be out there telling gay men, gay women that they should be marrying members of the opposite sex because that will cure them. They shouldn't be told that it can be prayed away. Because number one, God doesn't make junk. He doesn't make people other than who they are. He made every single one of us, and he made us just as we are and who we are supposed to be. And if that means we're gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, straight, that is who we are supposed to be.